I don't think I really need to explain the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's one of those stories that everybody knows about. Mild-mannered Dr. Jekyll drinks a potion that brings about the side of him that is pure evil, simply known as Mr. Hyde. Heck, even the Incredible Hulk is basically a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, with the volume turned up to 11. However, I believe the definitive film version of this classic story is the 1931 version starring Friedrich March. You want to know how good Friedrich March was in this movie? He won an Oscar for it. Horror never gets Oscar love. Unless you're The Exorcist, nobody on that Academy board gives a damn about horror. Believe me, ask Toni Collette. But Friedrich March won the Oscar for Best Actor for this movie. He would later go on to win another Oscar for The Best Years of Our Lives, and he's really good in that also. But to know that a horror movie got a Best Actor win, that really says a lot. This movie was directed by a man named Ruben Mamoulian, an Armenian director who had multiple credits both on the stage and on the big screen. And he's got to be like one of those directors that was way ahead of his time. Because in this movie, he uses a lot of what we call POV shots. And the transformation scenes were well ahead of their time as well. For the transformation scenes, well, basically they didn't have CGI back then, so what they had to do was to use different filters of light, play around with the camera work to where when you finally see the transformation from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde, it's pretty jarring. And also, more props to Friedrich March for making this role just so good because of how different both roles are. Dr. Jekyll is legitimately someone who tries to help people, like even young children. And Mr. Hyde is just evil. Not only does he look evil, but he talks evil and walks evil as well. This movie with Jekyll and Hyde plays off of the idea of repressing your evil side and keeping it down deep, so that when it does come out, on the rare occasions it does, it's ugly. And yeah, there's no getting around any of that. There would be other versions of Jekyll and Hyde, including one in the 1940s which starred Spencer Tracy. That version actually got less acclaim than March's. March even sent him a telegram later saying, "Hey, thanks for my reputation boost." Wow, that's a very Hyde thing of you to do there, Jekyll. And at the end of the day, this is the best Jekyll and Hyde movie we're probably ever going to get. Utilizing the limitations of their time, they create something that feels jarring because it is. And not even a big green rage monster can top that.